Hey everybody, it's Joe here with Great Life Colorado eXp Realty. So, if you've not been living under a rock, you've kind of known that the market has been absolutely crazy here in Colorado for the last few months. People are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars over asking in some cases. Buyers are putting in offers on 30 or 40 houses before they get a purchase or offer accepted rather. And sellers are in the driver's seat with dozens of offers to choose from. Homes often going off the market within just moments of even hitting the market and under contract within at least a few hours, if not a day or two. So it's been very much a seller's market. Things have been just going crazy. So the whole reason I'm here is what you see behind me here is this is the RE Colorado homepage, at least on the real estate agent side. So this is what we see when we log in. And one thing that we have right here is this quick little market watch summary. And what you can see in the last 24 hours, we've had 31 homes expired, 328 closed homes, 38 were withdrawn, 627 went under contract. So yesterday, 627 offers were accepted. But this is the number right here that I wanted to look at, price decreases. So today, or in the last 24 hours, there was 159 new homes that hit the market, but there was 142 homes where the price decreased. So how is that possible when it is so crazy right now that nobody can get a home with multiple offers, bidding wars, all of that? Well, to me, this seems like I'm not trying to predict the market here, but it seems like this might be an indication that things are shifting. So let's go ahead and take a look at it, see what we have. So what I did here is just clicked on it and we'll see what's going on. So the first one here, we got 4301 Alcott Street. It's a original list price. It went on the market at $1,170,000. Price is now $1,070,000. So they dropped that $100,000, which is just crazy. Let's see, what's the next one here? We have 257 Harrison Street. Original price $1,250,000. Now $1,199,000. So pretty decent drop there, around 50,000. Now we've got 4505 South Acoma Street in Inglewood. Started out at 725 down to 715. So not the biggest drop we've seen, but that's still decent. This one here, let's see, we got 20 Estes Street in Lakewood. Started out at 600,000 down to 575,000. You know what? It's interesting to see things in Inglewood are going pretty quick. It does seem like 600 is probably at the top of the market for that kind of zip code there, but you never know. With the way things have going, I'm surprised it's still on the market. Let's see, what do we have next? 336 North Grant Street, Unit 110. Started out 235 down to 229. Not a huge drop, but it's also impressive to see anything under really under 300,000, even if it's an apartment, 235,000, and it's, well, a condo rather, and it's still for sale. Just crazy. All right, way up in Como, Colorado. So if you're not familiar with where Como is, hop onto Highway 285 and just head on the southbound direction as you're heading towards Fairplay. Como is just before Fairplay, about 15-20 minutes. Neat old town. Back in the day used to be an absolute hub of transportation. That's when the narrow gauge railroad, the South Park's, I think it's South Park Pacific or South Park Central, had their hub. And that's also where the Denver Rio Grande went through as well. And just cool place. They've got the old roundhouse and a steam engine up there that they run. Anyway, off topic. They started at 489 and down to 469. That's a big price drop. Como's a little bit more remote, so things were never quite as hot up there as they are down here in town. This one here, 8890 Eden Drive in Littleton. This is a pretty big price drop. Started out at 895 down to 825. In Littleton, and a home of this size and this quality in this neighborhood, that's a pretty big price drop. So things are starting to cool down there as well, it looks like. All right, what do we got here? 220 Wark Avenue in Berthoud. Started at 650 down to 600. That's pretty impressive as well. Berthoud is, if you haven't been up there, it's just adjacent to Loveland, Colorado, or just south rather. absolutely beautiful town. There's sculptures all over town, but around that area, there's a ton of new construction going up, and a whole bunch of things are changing. It used to be just basically farmland and ranches, and now it's turning into kind of a really up and coming area. That whole northern Colorado corridor is. Let's see, what do we got here? 7286 Sapphire Point in Castle Rock, down about 15,000. I'm not a big fan of that green, but you know what? To each their own. Let's see, what do we got here? 2740 Castle Butte Drive in Castle Rock. Started out at 1,375,000. They've dropped it to 1,345,000. Not a huge drop on a place that expensive, but still pretty sizable price decrease there. Let's look at about three more here. So we got 19006 Dickinson Drive out in Aurora. Started out at 535 down to 520. All right, now we've got 1817 Quail Street, Unit 1 in Lakewood. Started out at 362 down to 355. So again, not a huge drop, but again, it's one of these properties that's not that expensive to start with, so those percentages keep getting bigger. Let's see, Granby, Colorado. Looks like this is just an open plot of land here, 160 County Road, 8950. They started at 70,000, dropped it 11,000 down to 59. All right, another apartment here off Quincy. Started at 201.9 down to 199.5. This one here, this is at your HGTV pricing right here, 199.5. So they're just trying to get people that are not looking above the 200 bracket. So interesting tactic there. All right, let's see, last one here. So we've got 7095 Gladiola Street in Arvada. Started out at 700,000, now they're down to 665. So what does all of this mean? Well, the long and short of it is the market is shifting, where basically anything of any price, the seller could ask whatever they wanted, even just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Starting to not be the case. As you saw here, if we go back to the beginning, we definitely have a lot of things going under contract. 627 homes went pending in the last 24 hours. And we also had 328 closings. So there's a lot of business happening in the Front Range. But just a few months ago, or a few weeks ago, let's see if we can see what this looked like. So price decrease over the last 7 days, 798 properties have gone down in price over the last 7 days. So overall, the bottom line is the market is starting to shift, and sellers, you're definitely still in the driver's seat, and I think you will be for the foreseeable future. But the biggest thing is we're getting more inventory on the market. You're seeing just more and more new listings, 1,500 new listings in the last 7 days. We just didn't have that in June. And I think one of the big reasons that the market got as crazy as it did is because there was no inventory. So sellers could get anything they wanted out of it just simply because there was no inventory. Supply and demand at its finest. That's starting to change, and as a result, the buyers are starting to have a little bit more to choose from. The negotiations are still firmly on the seller side, but at least you have a few more options out there. And, you know, they say if it's not selling, the price isn't compelling. So it looks like on 798 of these, maybe the sellers got a little bit too greedy with what's going on and just tried to reach for the moon and could only get to the clouds. But anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and have a good evening. If you are looking to buy or sell, I'd love to help you out and help you find that great life in Colorado. So until next time, we'll see ya.